Good morning, guys. It is Jonathan with One Big Impact. So really quick, I'm going to do a video and we're going to talk about something that's extremely important. I'm also going to try not to look at the computer screen because my camera is over here for some reason. I'm trying different angles. Today's video is actually Atkins based, and it's how many meals per day should I eat while I'm on Atkins, or how many meals per day for Atkins. I actually get asked this question a lot, and I would like to first start by a quick Google search. And the reason being is because I want you guys to understand the importance of regularity for eating. So, how often should I eat for weight loss?
According to Harvard University, tips for successful weight loss. It appears eating at least 3 times per day can keep you full and reduce hunger. This is good for weight loss. Eating fewer than 3 times a day puts you at risk for overeating and choosing less healthy foods.
So, Harvard University right there, and I'm not quoting them or anything, but it's pretty well known, the more often you eat, the more your metabolism is humming along. Here's the thing, if you're eating 2,000 calories a day, and you're only eating it once a day, your body can't process that. Your body is, I don't actually know how true this is or how not true it is, but technically if our stomach's about the size of our fist, like we all say, then 2,000 calories is not going to be that small, okay? It's going to be like a huge plate of food. So anything, common sense would tell you, anything that your body couldn't process is just going to spill over into fat stores, therefore completely preventing the ability to be able to lose weight, or at least the ability to lose fat. And if you find yourself that you've been, going throughout the purpose of your life, or throughout the time of your life, and you find yourself doing that, you're not eating breakfast, you're not eating until you get home, and then you're just ravenously hungry and you eat the whole freaking house. And you're overweight. So maybe you're eating less often, but you're probably not eating less, okay? I hear that a lot. People are like, oh, I hardly eat at all. Chances are that's probably not the damn truth. I'm not saying it's not for everybody, but mostly you make up in your caloric deficit during the day in a massive caloric surplus at night, or even in the middle of the night. Waking up for midnight snacks and, eating a bag of chips while you're on the couch watching your favorite shows of Netflix about zombies or some crap like that, whatever. So here's just a quick run through of kind of an understanding of how this works, how the breakdown should work. First of all, don't skip breakfast. A lot of people say, I don't like breakfast. Shut the hell up. Eat your damn breakfast. What are you, freaking 5? Who says that? I don't like breakfast. You know what? I like food. I don't care if you give it to me in the morning, noon, night, overnight, whatever, okay? That's my jam. Food is my jam. And if you're overweight, it's your jam too. So shut your mouth. Actually shut your mouth. Don't put food in it. So, first thing is, if you have, and most of you are not going to be this high on a caloric range, but for instance, my caloric range is about 2,000 calories. That's not going to necessarily, I could probably lose weight at 2,000 calories right now. Is that my focus currently? No. It's not my focus. My focus is building mass, whether it's through muscle and strength is what I'm focused on. So I'm actually in a caloric surplus rather than a deficit. I could probably lose because I'm about 3,000 calories, but technically my BMR is about 2,000 calories. So if your weight loss calories were 2,000 calories, that would be 5 meals throughout the day, every few hours, at 400 calories. If you're doing that, make sure you split your carbohydrates if you're Atkins. Split your carbohydrates throughout the day, get a steady flow of energy. More importantly, because you're going to give little doses of fiber, because you're not doing it for like the carbohydrate content, because obviously it's extremely low. But if you're doing like lettuce, and remember, as a side note, if you're doing like zucchini or something that's higher in carbohydrates like avocado versus lettuce, you're going to get a hell of a lot less food. So if you do most of your carbohydrates through like lettuce, and very, very, very low net carbohydrate foods, you're going to get more food. Just as a side note. Split your carbs throughout the day. If it was 3 meals, I wouldn't go less than 3 meals. I worked best with 5 meals. The reason being is because I never got myself in a situation where I was hungry. Every 2 to 3 hours I would eat. I was perfectly fine. I had no problems whatsoever. I felt sustained. And if I did find myself hungry, I would just snack on like some meat and cheese. But you got to be very careful, very slow and methodical about that, because cheese is extremely calorically dense, and you will end up in a caloric surplus like nobody's business really fast. I know everybody likes cheese. My nose is itching. Everybody likes cheese, and it's like the keto Atkins sugar version of keto or Atkins. But you got to be very careful because it is very calorically dense. One slice of cheese, 110 calories or 80 calories, depending on which one you get. But very high. So you eat 4 or 5 pieces of cheese, you're potentially in a 500 calorie surplus, and you're not going to be losing any weight. So be very careful. Eat very slow. So that being said, if it was 3 meals, it would be 660 calories, and it's actually not that if you do the math, but I didn't want to freak anybody out because of the number. But 660 calories per meal, it's kind of pushing it. I'd be very careful, but I think you'll be perfectly fine. The thing is, you don't want more than like 6 hours of any waking moment without food. The reason being, in my opinion, that is straight out of the Atkins All New Advantage book, and I'll put the link in the description below. My opinion is, if you go longer than that, you're going to get yourself in a situation where you are hungry. And if you are hungry, you could make bad choices. You really don't want to, the Atkins diet or Atkins way of eating isn't really based on making you hungry. They actually keep you satiated, or satiated, I hate that word. Satiated by, keep you full. Why don't we just use that word? Keep you full by using fats in place of carbohydrates. So you're not having huge blood spike, insulin spikes, all this stuff, up, down, up, down. It's just a calm, steady state. But if you go too long, eventually that stuff's going to work out of your system, and then you could potentially grab stuff and end up in a bad situation. So don't do that. Unless you're fasting, okay? So that is a side note. If you're fasting, maybe you would do 3 meals a day. Maybe you wouldn't eat till noon. So just to touch on it, and I'm done with all the other information, just to touch on it, intermittent fasting basically is like, my favorite approach is 8-16. What that means is, if I go to bed at night, I will wake up and then I won't eat and I'm not sure about the times, but basically here's how I would do it. If I go to bed at 8 o'clock, I wake up in the morning, I probably wouldn't eat till about noon, and then from noon again till 8 o'clock is when I would have my window of eating. So I would be fasting pretty heavily through, meaning the only thing I would have for me would be like coffee. Technically you're not supposed to do coffee, but I've seen my body works fine with it, as long as you're not using like sugar-laden creams or heavy cream or anything like that, because there's a lot of calories in heavy cream. Aside from that, you should not be using sugar creamers or anything like that if you're on Atkins, but some people screw that up. So that would be like intermittent fasting. I would do from when I wake up till about noon, I wouldn't eat, and obviously all through the night, and then from noon to 8 p.m. would be my window of eating. So I hope that information helped you. If it did, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Go check us out on Facebook. Our group is called Healthy Living for a Healthy Life. Have a beautiful day. Be stronger than excuses. Remember to spread love, not hate. Drink your damn water. Stay on track. #TeamBoo. And have a beautiful day. Thanks. I think I said that twice. Bye.